This is your daily market review for Wednesday, December 6th, 2023. Let's go. Hey everyone, this is my channel to help investors and traders develop a probability-based mindset to succeed. Also try and keep friends informed of what's going on in the markets and the economy, and also a little real estate content as well. This is Dan Max at eXp Realty, aka the Trading Agent, your daily market review for Wednesday, December 6th, 2023. Hope you're having a great day. The economic data, again, is worsening. Unit labor cost, productivity, JOLTS numbers, all sorts of fun things. As we've talked about, the economic data is slowing. Hence why I'm not surprised now that bonds are breaking out. The market's getting a little dicey. We've talked about leaders stopped leading. Trash started floating up. The laggards popped last. Let's talk about it. So again, if you're new to the channel, check out the Discord room, link in the description below. I appreciate all the love, support, generous donations. If you got any real estate questions, please don't hesitate to reach out. Again, if you're part of the Discord room, check out the reference articles. There's so much in there, so much content. It's blow your mind. Website is in the process of getting transported. This is the older version. It works. Here you go, interactive brokers. Please get out of Schwab. Be careful. There's going to be brokerages that fail. Interactive brokers won't. That's a referral bonus. You will get up to $1,000 worth of stock. Goldman, 5.4. Now, if Goldman goes out of business, that 5.4 is good, but it's okay if you're under the FDIC insured limit. I wouldn't worry about Goldman. I think they're too big to fail. And in my opinion, if they do have issues, I would not be surprised if Warren Buffett, money bags, sitting there waiting to bail them out again and make a ton of money. New to the channel, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. I appreciate it. And also, follow on Twitter. Tons of stuff posting. Tons of stuff going on. Worth posting and checking out. Because, again, I think a lot of people, even if you're not following in the Discord room, as you can see, I'm posting tons of charts. Tons of charts. Watch out. So, again, if you have any questions, always here to help. Use the Coulling link if needed. Fed Watch Tool, as we talked about, look what's going on. This rate cut now has moved up to March. And it's starting to dribble into a potential January cut. What does that say about the economy? It's so hot right now. Bitcoin, watch it up here. Again, I'm not saying... This is where people who are Bitcoin friends love them. People who have been trading kind of see it differently. Now, again, I could be completely wrong because, again, the liquidity in Bitcoin, everything about it is different. It's unique. But if it doesn't get sold, I will be surprised. Because again, when the liquidity goes out, the tide goes out, everything gets pulled out. Now, I'm not saying that Bitcoin has to drop back to 10,000 by any means, but if it didn't pull back 10, 15, 20%, I would be mind-boggled. Oil, as we talked about, has turned into a screamer. Lower. OPEC wants to cut, it's still dropping. What does that tell you about global growth? Not so hot right now. Nat gas, as we said, caught in this spin cycle, heading lower with this stuff. So be careful. Dollar, we said hold the 29s. Man, that's pretty good. Again, give myself credit when credit's due. I'm not always right, but pretty good. Bonds, so this is one I've been wrong on. I thought, honestly, bonds would be very choppy, but we do know there was a huge short interest in the bond market because, again, no one wants to hold bonds. If you got 30-year debt yielding 2.5%, old debt is junk. There's a lot of people sitting on crap. However, the newer treasuries were getting bought with the higher yields, anticipating deflation. Clearly. We'll see how much higher they have to go. VIX, we talked about, it's a gift down here. If you're not selling stocks, taking profit, hedging, whatever you want to do, getting more short. Again, thought 12, 13 was the extreme. Now we're just playing games down here. Watch as we dig into the info. SPY, look at today's candle. This is a retest, but look, an outside, I wouldn't say outside reversal, but a retest, open high, close low. Danger, right? It could be. I mean, again, this is a recurring pattern kind of thing, right? Here you go. Be aware, because you see it better actually with the Qs, and this is the thing. Who has been the leader? The Qs. Lower highs doing the same thing. Watch the 20-day. 20-day breaks, adios. IWM, look at this, man. This is wild. IWM, I haven't seen action like this in a while. Gaps, right, up, makes new highs, closes lower than yesterday. Not bullish. DIA, same kind of thing. Pops up, closes at the lows. Gold, again, baby out with the bathwater. Long term, love gold. Short term, not really sure about it. Looks like a little double top. Now, again, if you're long-term bullish on it, hopefully you have physical. Be careful with the paper. I don't know what happens in the paper game. I've heard all sorts of crazy things going on. But this is what sucks, is look at the silver market. Like, I would trust gold going to break out if silver wasn't getting demolished, right? Miners, they don't really look that good. They hit some levels, backed off. And gold miners should be in the 35 minimum. GDX should be in the 50s. 40s, sorry, high 40s, in my opinion, low 40s. But nowhere. I mean, look at this. Nothing. Someone knows something. Because, again, they'd be absolutely accumulating. And that's the thing. They probably are going to be. They're waiting for lower prices again. AG, hitting the 200-day. Be careful. AEM. This has been holding up pretty well, but yeah, keep an eye on it. Newmont, same kind of thing. Be careful. Hitting levels. Pass on it, right? All right, let's get into tech, because this is where it's getting a little silly. Taiwan Semi. We said watch the 100 level. They get, I mean, you got it, like, here's the left shoulder, here's a complex head, here's the right shoulder. Like, it's hanging on a prayer. Watch the 20-day. Micron. We talked about this recurring pattern of long wick retests or pops and then fail. Look at that. Pop, completely close at the low of the day. Watch the 3-day range. If it breaks the 73s, uh-oh. AM Dizzle. Supposedly good news. People are going to start using their JIPs versus NVIDIA. That is not what you want to see. 20-day break-in. NVIDIA in general, I've told you guys, I think this thing is an absolute joke of a stock in the sense of, like, its competition is coming. There's no barrier to entry. You have a clear double top. Opened high. Was praying for the 20-day. Didn't get it. Watch the 450s. Intellectual property. People are like, oh, you idiot. You can't short it here down in, like, the 40s. I'm like, okay. Hits the weekly resistance. Fail. New lows. Keep an eye. SMH. Semis were leading up, right? Made new highs. Starting to fail. Watch this 157. Adobe, we talked about it hitting the 620s. Look at this. Uh-oh. 20-day break. Apple, up today at the open. Wow, is this a confirmed breakout? We'll see. It looks kind of more like a pivot point in a trap. Amazon, because again, if all tech goes, ain't nobody safe. We talk about popping, flopping again. I mean, this is a recurring pattern you're going to start to see in these dailies on tech, and tech has been the leader. Now, CRM, we talked about gapping up on its earnings. It said this is probably a novice gap, and at some point it's going to fail. Starting to feel more like Google. We talked about the head and shoulders top. All right. Well, again, you have to remember, you drop hard, you rally a little bit, watch the 100-day. I mean, I'd even watch this 134 area. Meta, been basically nothing, right? Zuckerberg selling literally as fast as he can. And why is he selling? Microsoft, insider selling. Everybody sees what's going on up here. Hit some fibs, 20-day, chopping around. NDAQ, again, loving this 56 area. I mean, you can be building a monster position in this. And with a tight stop, keep an eye on it. MicroStrategy. Now, here's the thing, right? Little, again, I think long-term, if Bitcoin is legit, then yeah, MicroStrategy's got a lot higher to go. But near-term, it's a stock caught in the stock market, hitting the channel highs. Again, I'm not going to say short it, but I wouldn't be surprised if it dropped. Netflix, now this one we talked about shorting in the 480s. Gift from the gods. Professional gap, then chop, looked, hits the 20-day, kapow, new lows. More things hitting new lows and closing into lows. Are you noticing? Same thing with Roblox, chopping near the highs. Tesla popped up again to like the 100-day and like all of its fun resistance failed. And again, not like a big failure, but failing. Costco pops back to the highs, chopping around, tight action. Starbucks, not surprised, oversold. Not surprised. I mean, it's been basically down 11 out of the last 13 days. Watch the 100-day. Maybe, I mean, even if 99 area would be a gift. Would be a gift. FedEx, we talk about like, oh man, keep an eye on this. Doji up at the highs. Not, I mean, again, it's hard. This is one we put on the short today, 259 area. 260 was the extreme. Look at that. I love that hammer at the high. Nucor. We said watch the 170s. Once it retests the high, doesn't look good. Someone's talking about shorting X. Again, I don't think I would short it, but I wouldn't be surprised if they pulled back some. But again, don't short takeover targets. That's a risky business. Risky business. VALE, another global growth name, pops at 20. Arrow. Copper was oversold. It bounced. Giving it right back. CCJ starting to crack. This has been one. Again, I'm not comparing to Bitcoin, but people have been trying to hide in this. Now, if the 20-day breaks, watch out below. Again, I don't think these things are going to zero, but when they pull back 10, 15, 20, 30% because the market gets stupid and they throw the baby out the bathwater, same thing with ag, you kind of want to buy. And so again, we can run through these and just look at them, but just let them be. NTR, same thing, let it be, right? AA. Oh, someone's like, oh, aluminum's about to take off. I'm like, no. Just not the leg. XLF, finally, for the love of God. Look at this. Retest the high, close at the lows. Watch this 35 area, mid 35s. Because I honestly think these are toast. JP Morgan, look at this candle. What a blow off trap. Oh, outside reversal candle, retest the high, boom, engulfs down. Morgan Stanley said, watch the 81, 82 area. You got it. Love that long wick. Bank of America, look at this hammer from Thor. Look at this. Thor would be impressed with this. Look at that. Fake breakout trap. Fills a gap. I mean, you throw everything on it. Bearish. Goldman Sachs up all day. Sold. Watch the multi-day range. Watch the 340 area, basically. I mean, if it breaks 340.50. Carry. The biggest piece of crap in the market. Trash. Look at today. Whee! Fills the gap. Hammer from Thor. Again, happy for Thor. He loves his hammers. XBI. Interesting. Again, there's a little gap up here. I don't know. I mean, again, these names have been oversold. You know, again, if you zoom, like, this is a big choppy range. It's kind of what probably solar is going to go into. Speaking of the solar, right? Just going to probably go nowhere for a while. Big volume chopping around. We'll see. Sedge. Again, I think First Solar was the best short after these have bottomed out. We've talked about it. If you've been watching the channel, ENPH, all these names, like, I think they're going significantly lower, but you got to it's a little harder because they've been absolutely curb stomped. So you got to wait for a little more extremes. But we talked about First Solar. You got the 160s. You got it. Look at this. Zikapow. Look at today's candle. Absolute carnage. Carnage with expanding volume. HYG. Talked about, I'm mind boggled that anyone would be buying corporate debt here going into a recession. Good luck. Okie dokie. Oil, again, the problem child. Boom. XOP, if you bought drip at 930, 940s like we recommended, we talked about the retest, double top. You bought the dripper. Look at this. Again, I don't like to chart this stuff, but if you bought it down here, looking good. ExxonMobil, what do we say? Watch the 100 area. Living on a prayer, take my hand. Oh, make it out there. No, I don't know. You better watch out, Exxon. MPC, we said watch the 150. Boom, break. Finally, more things are starting to break. Is this bullish? No. Exxon, all right. Valero chopping around. Right, seeing the trend here, seeing something here. EQT. Oh, it's Dan. If you buy it at 38, 39, you're going to look like a genius. I had people like trolling me forever. I'm like, it really looks like a ceiling, guys. Boom. Oh, don't let me forget Oxy. This thing, again, Buffett's selling calls on this. He probably like, bring it down. He's like, I'd love to buy more at, I don't know, 30. Look at Oxy. Sorry. Last but not least, Flex LNG. We like this dividend juicy mofo later. Let it come in. Let the whole market come in. I'm telling you, let it breathe like a fine wine. It's just opening up. Now, the first drop should get bought. Maybe going into OPEX, right? OPEX games. Keep this in mind. Put this in your notes. There'll probably be a pop at some point in OPEX. That pop will be probably throttled, right? First drop out of some positions, maybe trade around them, pop in OPEX, then FlopX after, then flop out. Writing my notes. I love writing FlopX. So again, if you have any questions, please reach out. Did a live chat today. It was amazing. Thought it was very good. Hopefully you enjoy it. If you ever have any questions, again, don't be shy. Appreciate all the love, support, the generous donations. I love the family that I have hopefully started to cultivate here. You guys are amazing. Now we know we all agree all the time, but we support each other. And that is half the battle. G.I. Joe. Hey, thanks for watching. If you have any questions, stop by the Discord room. A link is in the description below. Also, if you'd like to help support more free content, the PayPal link is in the description as well. I appreciate your continued support of the channel.